Alright, Major League Baseball released its 2020 Hall of Fame ballot, so let's look at it and let's talk about it. Now, the rules, for anybody that doesn't know, the rules of the Hall of Fame for baseball. You retire, you have to wait about 5 to 7 years. I think it's 5 or 7, 5 to 7, I don't really remember. To be eligible for the Hall of Fame. If once you're on the ballot, you have to garner 5% of the vote from the baseball writers to remain on the ballot the next year. 75% of the vote is the magic number to get into the Hall of Fame. And just looking at the past couple of years, there have been a lot of people getting into the Hall of Fame. There was 4 people last year. There was, I think, 7 people the year before, and the year before that there was 6 or 7 people. So there have been inducting a little bit more people, but there was only 5 last year. There's only 5, and Mariano Rivera was the first baseball player ever to have a unanimous vote. Got all of the votes to get in. So, first, some names that are first time on the ballot. Derek Jeter. I think he's going to be a first ballot. I don't think he'll hit 100% like Mariano did, but if he gets around 90-95% of the vote, I would not be surprised about that one. That's, I think, a lock for a guy that's going to get in. Bobby Abreu, an outfielder for the Phillies and the Yankees. I think he has a good chance. Do I think he'll get in first ballot? No, but would I be surprised if he did? No. Jason Giambi, I don't think he'll get in. Now with Giambi and some other players that I'll be talking about later, there was the implication of steroid use. Now, this is a big take that everybody has an opinion on. Should players that have used steroids or performance-enhancing drugs get into the Baseball Hall of Fame? That is a very hard thing to figure out, really. I don't, for me, I don't think they should, but where do you draw the line on that? Because, yeah, there's cheating with performance-enhancing drugs, but then you have people that are already in the Baseball Hall of Fame, like people like Gaylord Perry, who have used that doctor the ball, spitball, stuff like that, to get an advantage that way, and he's in the Hall of Fame. I know that's kind of a big difference between performance enhancers and doctoring the ball to help you a little bit more, or to make it go in ways that are not right. But that's a really hot topic that about every time this year will get picked up, and we'll see where Bonds, Clemens, Giambi, who else is on the ballot here that was accused or implicated? Andy Pettit, Manny Ramirez, Sammy Sosa. All these people are on the ballot, and they've had really good careers, but I do not think we'll get in because of the implication or the rumors of them taking performance-enhancing drugs or steroids. I just don't think that will happen. Now, they could get elected through, like, the Veterans Committee that Lee Smith and Tim Raines did last year. They could get put in through that, but I don't think the writers will put them in. That was a little bit of a tangent that I needed to address at some point in this video. But going back to first-timers on the ballot, we have Jeter, like I said, Abreu, Giambi, Josh Beckett, Heath Bell, the closing pitcher for the Padres, Cliff Lee, Eric Chavez, the third baseman for the Oakland A's back around when Moneyball was their deal, about 2004, 2005, 2006. Adam Dunn, the old slugger for the Reds, Shona Figgins, Rafael Furcal, pretty good shortstop defensively. Not a great hitter, but great defensive shortstop. Raul Ibanez, Paul Konerko, usually a clutch hitter. Carlos Pena, powerhouse at first base, great hitter for Tampa Bay. Brad Penny, J.J. Putz, the old closer for the White Sox. Brian Roberts, the second baseman for the Baltimore Orioles. Alfonso Soriano, who I think also has a good chance to get in. I think he'll probably hover around 60% this year. I really do. That would be my guess. He would hover around about 60%. He'll probably get them. Probably about 60%. And Jose Valverde. All those guys are first time on the ballot. People that are still held over from last year that are still waiting to get in. Barry Bonds, like I said, Roger Clemens, Todd Helton, Andrew Jones, the old center fielder for Atlanta, Jeff Kent. I think he holds the record for most home runs by a second baseman. I think. Andy Pettitte, Manny Ramirez, Scott Rowland, Kurt Schilling, Gary Sheffield, Sammy Sosa, Omar Vizquel, who I think has a good shot to get in. Ozzie Smith's in the Hall of Fame, and him and Ozzie Smith are the same kind of player, baseball player. They were insanely great defensively, and they were high contact hitters. Ozzie and Vizquel were one of the best fielders in the game of baseball at that position as shortstop. And I know Vizquel bounced around. He did play a little bit of third. Later in his career, he did play a little bit of second. But whenever he played, he was one of the best fielders to watch. Billy Wagner, the old flamethrower for Houston and Philadelphia. And Larry Walker, who I think will get into the Hall of Fame this year. This is his last year on the ballot. You have 10 years, and then once you're in 10 years, you're off the ballot. I think he'll be like Mike Mussina of last year. It was his last year on the ballot, and he just got just enough of that 75% vote to get him in. So, everybody else, like Helton, Jones, Kent, rest of the guys that were on the ballot last year that did not get in, I don't really expect them to move up in percentage to get into the Hall. Like, I don't see Wagner, Sosa, Sheffield, Schilling, Scott Rowland, Ramirez, Pettitte, Jeff Kent, Andrew Jones, Andy Pettitte, Todd Helton, Clemens, and Bonds to get in. I think the only one on that is still on the ballot that could have a shot to get in is Omar Vizquel and Larry Walker. And first time on the ballot, I think Jeter. I'm going to say Jeter, Abreu, and Soriano. I'm going to have 5 guys. This is my guess. Jeter, Bobby Abreu, Alfonso Soriano, Omar Vizquel, and Larry Walker will make the Hall of Fame this year. In 2020. Those are my 5 picks of who's going in. Now, there's not, there's not a pick limit of who all can get in. It just kind of varies. It depends on who hits the 75%. If 15 people hit 75%, then 15 people get in. If nobody hits 75%, nobody gets in. But yeah, that's who I think is going to make the Hall. Tell me what you guys think about the ballot. Do you think Jeter's going to hit 100% along with Mariano? You think he's going to be the second player ever to do it? Do you think Jeter's the only lock to make it in? Everybody else is a guess, is a toss-up. Do you see Bonds and Clemens pushing their way up to that 75% to get in? Just let me know what you guys think about the Hall of Fame for next year. Let me know in the comments who you guys think's going on, about the whole implication and rumored of steroid use for players like Sosa, McGuire, Clemens, and Bonds, and Ramirez. Tell me if you guys think that should matter, should not matter. Is it a grudge holding them out because they cheated? Maybe they supposedly might have. But yeah, if you guys like the video, hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you'd like to. That'd be greatly appreciated. Share this video with all your friends and buddies. And then we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.